Today's a beautiful day. Nice, warm, 50 fucking degrees. Finally getting a rear end for the El Camino. I talked to this guy named Kyle, and he lives about an hour outside of where I'm at. And he owns a junkyard full of muscle car parts. And to answer your question, no. I'm not driving the El Camino an hour away. See, since I made it home, I got it to work, and I pulled the rear differential out, and as you can imagine, it was more fucked than a $2 hooker. So, I thought I had what I needed at work. It turned out to be a Buick. So I kind of slapped these gears together and made it work. Long story short, it didn't work. So I've been driving it for about a week back and forth to work. Finally hit up this dude on Marketplace, and he had a rear end for sale out of a 67 Chevelle for $400. So I jumped on that. All original 10 bolt out of a 67 Chevelle, running and driving car. And yeah, so I ain't taking this. I hit up my father-in-law, and he was supposed to take me because he's got a nice truck, and hit me up this morning and let me know that he wasn't going to be able to go because he has COVID. So he's going to let me use his truck, and I'm going to shoot up the interstate, grab his rear end, meet up with this dude, check out this junkyard that he's got. And I want to try to be respectful, though. I don't really want to film all this shit. I'm sure he doesn't want the internet seeing everything that he's got, so I'm going to do my best to try to get some shots for y'all. But let's go to old Pops and Law's house here, get his truck, and then go get this rear end. Look at me! I got a 57 Bel Air!
Built. There's no fucking like engine stand. We picked it up out of the camper, built it inside. And I bought this thing when after the fire.
So I just got this rear end from this dude. He had a ton of shit. It was unbelievable. Come to find out, that's only a little section of the yard. He was telling me about another yard that they had, like a little bit up the road. They have 1,400 cars there. He told me to come back next weekend, whenever I'm off. And he's like, man, get here at like 7 in the morning, stay till about dark, and you still won't even see everything that we got. He was actually, funny story, he was actually from Tennessee. Or not from there, but he actually lived in Tennessee for a little while. And he gave me the rear end out of his 67 Chevelle, which he never planned on ever parting out, but he said because I was from there, and he thought he'd help me out because it's my daily. So that was pretty cool. So shout out to that dude. And Big M Automotive. Let's get home and get this thing slapped in here. So long story short, if I ever need parts for this car, all I gotta do is drive about an hour up the fucking interstate, and dude's got everything. Alright, so I got the rear end, crammed that motherfucker back there and piled a bunch of shit on top of it. Also got me one of these fancy selfie sticks. Figured I could probably use one. Well, let's head over to the house. I got some jack stands and a jack that's definitely not big enough for what I need it for. This should be fucking super cool. Let's go get this thing slapped in here and hopefully get this thing fixed. Well, here we are in the parking lot where I always fix my shit boxes. Oh yeah, all this shit moved around. The tailgate jumped down on me, or fell down on me when I was on the road. Scared the absolute shit out of me. I thought the rear end was about to fall out of the back of the car. Not this rear end, but the actual rear end that's in it. So this is the 10 bolt. All the brake lines on it are good. Everything on it's good. Hell, dude, it's even got like newer paint on it. Like, so I think this is gonna be a good one. I don't think I have everything I need to jack this thing up. I got 2 jack stands. They're not very tall. And I got a jack. It's not very big. It's the one that I took with me to Reno. It's finna get dark. I couldn't imagine doing this shit in the sunlight. So let's get her jacked up and see about taking this rear end off of here. What the fuck? Yeah, I forgot this thing's pretty heavy. God damn it! Fuck you! Oh my god! It was nothing. Well, I got the jack stands under there. It's cool, they're hyper tough, so I don't think anything bad could happen. Also, I got the front wheel chalked. It's a drum caliper, drum caliper. It'll work. Just noticed this too. The inside of my tire is, or the outside, is really not looking good. So that's also very fun. I'm gonna switch over to the old headlamp here. It's pretty dark under there. And we're gonna go to town. Well, this is about as much fun as you can imagine. This is gonna take me a long time. I thought it wasn't gonna be that long, but whenever I lost the wheel, I didn't realize it, but I scraped my shock damn near in half, and there's a little bit left on there, but it ain't much. So things like that. Got the top off. I gotta get the bottom. The springs just kind of fell out. They got these old school airbags in them, which they're blown all to shit, but I thought that was cool. That one is surprisingly still mounted, so I gotta get that off. So far it's not too bad, but getting the new one in here is probably what's gonna be the fun part.
One eternity later.
Well, it only took a quick, like 4 hours. She's running. I drove it all the way here to Wingstop. If I'm being honest with myself, it broke down on me the first 10 minutes of driving it. So today's really right now is the first time I ever really got to drive it. Ah! Fuck yeah! I think I fixed it! I think it's fixed. Now in my tradition, what I do is, ooh, she's a one-tire fire. In the tradition of things, what I usually do is I'll buy something, I'll get really excited about it, like super excited about it. I'm gonna have all these plans for it, and then it does some shit that costs me a lot of money, and then a lot of time, and I fix it, and then I sell it. So I got a buyer coming tomorrow for $8,000, which, I mean, if you consider I got like $400 in this car, ain't too shabby. So I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all stick around for the next one, because I guarantee you within the next couple days, if this dude buys this car for $8 grand, it's gonna give me a lot of money to play with when it comes to buying shit boxes. So y'all stick around for that. Appreciate y'all.